Oh, Rototo. Rogue? I thought we were done. I'm sorry. Penny? There's something I want to talk to you about. Could you come meet me in the front of the school stairs? You know where we first met? I'll be waiting. I thought we were done. I thought it was over. It's never over. Alright, Penny, let's go talk. What you got? I would have done this sooner if I thought there was more. Okay. I guess we don't have to talk. I don't remember what buttons do. I barely ever use the D-pad. I'll get it. There's only so many options. Eventually, I got to the right one. There she is. I feel like there should be more emotes. Me and her, I also feel like I should be able to walk around more. We need to... Don't you look away from me. I just did this, and I'm doing it again. Every other D-pad I'm pressing, except for the correct one. Oh, of course, now I'm too close. Penny? I would say move on to the next bit, but I'm already committed. Hasta luego. Good for you. Rawr. Me and my bestie. Look at this. This is how real friends pose together. Hi, guides. Besties. Okay. Great bit. Great use of our time. Hasta la vista. The six of us thought up that catchphrase back when we created a team. It's so cringy, it's perfect, you know? You see, like, she, like, shoulder laughed? Anyway, about the LP thing, I thought I was going down big time for hacking the league. They were going to send me to the gulag. Going down big time for hacking the league point system, but they're letting me off easy. That's great. What happened? I guess I'm more... The Pokemon League said they'll waive my debt if I do some volunteer engineering for them. They even asked me to come work for them after I graduate, if you can believe that. Director Clavel and that Gita lady kept complimenting me like a weird amount. Apparently I have outstanding talent or something. I guess that's my treasure. Sorry for calling you out here to meet like this. Still not so great with people face to face. Never seem to find the right words, but thank you so much. You saved Team Star and my friends along with it. I know words won't ever be enough to properly thank you for all you've done, so here, I stole even more LP just for you. Oh, thank you. That's a very kind TM to give me. I'm sure he'll put this to good use. And one more thing. I want to repay the debt I owe you. If you ever think of a way I can do that, just let me know. I'm great with machines and hacking and stuff. So next time, I'll be the one helping you, Rogue. Alright, bye. I'll be seeing you then. Hasta la vista. Do the... No, you gotta do the hand motion thing. Oh, okay. So now, that's over. And this time you know it's over because it told me. Before we move on to Arven... It told me to go back up. Like I fell. Like I fell down. I should have hit the button just to see where it would have brought me. We got Baxcalibur. I don't know if it can learn other moves. Ooh, Ice Shards. Pretty sure it didn't have Ice Shard before. As we saw from... Do I want Ice Shard? I mean... Coverage with Crunch. Does Crunch help with anything, really? We're not, like, weak to Psychic. We're weak to Fighting, which Crunch would not help with. Obviously, this is, like, a nuke move. I'm gonna get rid of Crunch. My hope kind of would be that we would have had, like, a better Ice move, but I guess I could teach that to, it using TMs. I don't really plan on, like, sticking with Excalibur, because I'm not, like I said, I'm not really the biggest fan of its design. It's like, I feel like it's just missing a bit. I did see someone post, like, can you stop moving? I don't hate it. It's like, obviously, it's very clearly Godzilla-based. But I think, and this is because I saw someone post a fix, quote-unquote, for the design, which, like, you know, sometimes fixes get a little funky, but all it really amounted to was give it, like, 2 more smaller dorsal fins that, like, oh, good night. That just kind of, like, cover its back a bit more, and I think that would make it look a bit better, but as it is, it's, like, just a really long, awkward-looking dorsal fin. Maybe put one on its tail, too. The tail seems kind of like nothing. I know, like, a complaint with a lot of Pokemon tends to be that they're over-designed, but I feel like this one's under-designed. I also don't know what the deal is with its, like, extra hand bits. But again, it's not awful. I'm just not the biggest fan of it. Talk to me. The way it looked at me seemed like it wasn't really a fan of me either. Oh, it's mad! He's angry. Let's look at TMs. Well, I don't know. You probably could learn Ice Spinner, I would assume. But I used up my Ice Spinner. Avalanche, I'm willing to teach Avalanche to you. Especially since we're slow. I think I have Dragon Dance. I want to teach it Dragon Dance. I feel like Dragon Dance would be a good one, honestly. But if I'm going to try to raise its speed... Actually, its speed seemed decent enough. It was like at 100. I just want to use it at least for like a battle before I switch it out for who I really want to be the last party member. Not seeing... I think we only had the one Ice Spinner, and I don't even know if it can learn Ice Spinner. Also, these are in alphabetical order, which would make things a lot easier if I just looked for I. Silly me. It was called Ice Spinner, right? Yeah. We could always go and see if we can make the TM. I haven't actively done that. Ow. Hit my skull. Now, if only I knew what number it was. There it is! Icy Wind. I could type. That would actually help a lot. I need a Citadel thing, and I need to fight Bergmites. Do I want to go through the effort? I don't really think I do. Can't learn Ice Punch. Guess we're gonna stick with Icy Fang, because I don't feel like dealing with anything else. I'm sure it'll be fine. This is what I get for not, like, fighting or doing the, like... I kind of forgot what the name of it is. The, sending them out to battle on their own. What do you recommend them all? All the balloons? I'm not gonna get all the balloons. Alright, you were the, phone case person. It's been so long, I forgot who's who. I think we benefit the most from starting with Grafaiai instead of Kilowattrel. I'm not... I think that Problem with Kilowattrel is Volt Switch obviously can get blocked by a ground type Pokemon if they're the one that's out front. I don't know why I'm looking around. I wanted to save real quick just before we get going with this nonsense. And honestly, because it's so close to the front here, I guess we can just walk it instead. Going back to almost where it all started, right? With the lighthouse lab. Which actually, we might take a little detour before we go talk to Arven. I'm assuming we're gonna get like a Pokemon battle out of him. I can't imagine it's just gonna be go over there and just have kind of a casual conversation. But I never did go back into that cave to explore. There might be some goodies. Unless if I get caught in a cutscene. Guessing we have to like actually go to the door for the lab. Gasp! Yeah, I'm not gonna fight you, Scatterbug. I'm surprised you didn't just die looking at me. Remember this place, Koraidon? Good times were had. That Wingull confused me because it was on the ground. Mainly just want to see if there's any cool items or anything else down here. You know, like Pokeball. Maybe like a Phoebus in the water. Maybe I can get stuck. The times I have used Rock Climb have been somewhat inconsistent in like decency. It's awkward. It's an awkward thing occasionally. Look, another Dragon Dance. It was down here, right? There was just the one item. Diglett. Oh, I didn't want to fight. I just want to look at you. Man, and to think we were told this cave was dangerous. They're level 5. Wasn't there like an item I couldn't get because the cutscene started? Or maybe I was able to get it eventually. Okay, I'm going up. Oh! Maybe it was good that I accidentally went up. I can see. There's probably a much cleaner way to get up here. Like, seems very haphazardly put together cave. Maybe it's just because I say put together. It's, you know, it's a natural environment, not man-made in the slightest. But maybe it's partially because I'm coming in here with all the movement options, so it's feels like there's less rhyme or reason to how things are placed. Maybe that was the intention. Back to where it was before. I'm kind of curious about that weird little hole I saw. Well, this is the way out. Bunch of young gooses here. Did I ever catch young goose? Do you think the reason they're all around here is because, like, this is supposed to be their, like, natural habitat? Because they're, Alolan Pokedex entry was about how they were... There's another thing? Wait, I'm getting distracted. can move freely. Oh, this might have been the hole I was looking at. Yeah, this was the hole. Very confusing. Bad cave. Don't like it. Get me out of here. Wait. Such a small little hole. I basically looped around. The Alolan Pokedex entry for Young Goose was about how they were like introduced to Alolan to fight off the Rattata population, but it didn't work, I think? Or were they... I think it was the Rattata population. Which, parallels what actually, I believe, happened in Hawaii, which was the mongoose was introduced to the ecosystem to try to deal with, like, a rat problem, and then that just didn't work out at all. In a similar vein, that's what Alolan Meowth is, too. I think there's a lot of feral cats due to people leaving them behind from, like, vacations and stuff. So, you know, fun things. Trying to mess with the ecosystem and not working out. Always a good time. Seriously, you beat me here? I don't know how. Do you know how long it took for me to actually get here? What did I like... I guess the last Titan was not too far off, but I fought a Team Star person and then went and did stuff at school. You had all the time in the world. Well, this is the lab. I used to come here to play all the time when I was a kid. There'd better be a good reason for calling us here like this. Let's find out. Okay. Everyone always says she's some kind of genius, absolutely brilliant as a Pokemon professor. My mom, that is. But let me tell you, as a parent, she's the worst. All she ever does is work, she never comes home. I don't have a single memory of her ever even playing with me, her own kid. Mamosif's the only one who was there for me, always. He's my real dad. Anyway, it's open now. Go on in. I just want to get this over with. Yeah, kind of making fun of it, but sounds rough, Arven. Man, Arven's so cool. Oh. It's real crusty in here. Was that like an arcade cabinet? I need your help. I mean, you could have told me that over the phone. I'm currently at the deepest point of Area 0 in the Great Crater of Paldea. I've been researching a unique Pokemon here for a very long time. I'm asking the two of you to lend a hand to help carry out the final step of the great Professor Sada's glorious research. Really, think highly of yourself if you'd call yourself the great Professor Sada. It is I, the best professor ever. The final step? But there's something we need first, something that can be found within that lab. What we need is the Scarlet Book. Wait, do you mean this book? Ah, so you took it from the lab, did you, Arven? Is that the original copy? This expedites things. Bring the Scarlet Book to the deepest depths of Area 0. I promise that it will be an experience worth treasuring if you come. Bringing the book to Area 0 will be my treasure. I must note, however, the Area 0 is both home to vicious Pokemon and outfitted with powerful cybernetic security systems. Okay. It seems to me that you might struggle if the two of you were to enter alone. You may take the time to gather some reliable allies before you come if you feel the need. I will be waiting for you at the deepest part of Area 0 whenever you arrive. Thank you. Area 0. That place is bad news. It was down in Area 0 that Mabosstiff got wounded in the first place. It was like a wound? I'm kind of confused about what exactly happened with Mabosstiff. If it was a wound, like he was blind, right? Like that sounded like he was sick. Down in the Great Crater of Paldea. In all honesty, I'd be perfectly happy to never see that place again. Are you gonna go? We might find our treasure. I would never say that. Of course I'm gonna go. I suppose she did ask. He's doing that weird thing where he, like, is pulsating again. And I can't just stand by and watch while a friend heads off into danger on his own. I just want to know why the pulsating happens. I can kind of get why some graphical issues happen, but the pulsating's weird. I guess I'm going too. Besides, I'd love to give Mom a piece of my mind. Look, I love his face. Alright then, Rogue, outside! We're gonna have a Pokemon battle to see if we're really ready to head into Area 0 or not. Mostly to see if I'm ready or not. Let's go! I want to explore the lab a little bit. Can I explore the lab? Oh, let's go. I wasn't sure if this would be like an actual inside location. Like, because all we did was a full cutscene. Oh, it's a mysterious device. Better not touch it. It's an arcade cabinet. The whiteboard is a mess of scribbled letters and numbers. The trash can is empty. The shelf holds seasonings that are past their expiration date. Is that notes on the table? No. Read it. Books. There are picture books for kids. One of them tells a story about making a big sandwich. There's no photo in this frame. Ooh, mysterious. Fridge's door is too heavy to open. The microwave looks like it hasn't been used in a long while. You know, if there was like an oven in here, I would say this might be where you could like transform Rotom. I don't know where you would do that actually. There's a magazine entitled A Culture. It's the May issue. Do you want to read it? Yeah. This was the one that talked about the other Pokemon, right? An article caught your eye. Enigma of Paldea, file number 5. Fluttermane, a ghostly pterosaur? Name taken from a strange creature with a matching description appearing in the Scarlet Book. It's said to float around the sky at night with its long hair writhing about. Eyewitness accounts describe it as resembling a giant mischievous at first glance, albeit a highly fierce and aggressive one. Some believe that it's a ghost of a pterosaur from a long-gone era. This is a different book. Roaring Moon, a primeval salamence? This elusive creature is called Roaring Moon after a similar described being in the Scarlet Book. It looks similar to a salamence when they undergo a certain phenomenon elsewhere in the world, but it's unclear if there is any connection. This creature scatters feathers as it flies around at high speed seeking prey. It's thought to be more savage than salamence. Isn't salamence already savage? And if you should encounter one, it's imperative that you avoid actual contact. Cool. Don't remember what all the other occult books mentioned. But I'm sure we're gonna see wacky things when we get to that crater. It's nice that they kind of gave us like a sneak peek with Donphan. Although that also kind of spoils the fact, I guess, that there is gonna be more to that. Yo, look at Mabosstiff, look at him! Oh, you baby boy. Oh, he's mad. Yeah, he's good. Baby form, not so much. Mabosstiff's good, though. Yo, dude, is your dog gonna battle with us, though? Because he like, just got better. All right, you ready for a battle, Rogue? Yeah. Excellent. You're ready too, right, Mabosstiff? Like, he just got better. Okay, he looks really ready, though. But woof, woof. Yep, Mabosstiff says he's ready. He's ready. I wonder who your ace is. You're battling with Mabosstiff? Yeah, I'm kind of uncertain about that. Okay, yeah, I can see why you'd be worried. But my buddy here is bursting with energy. You never know, he was so weak just a little while ago. Won't leave me alone, always whining at me, wanting to battle you and your Pokemon. It's been so long I nearly forgot, and now it's raining. But he always did love to battle. Even if we always lost to that student council girl, the battle fanatic one. I kind of hate that it's like always seems to rain whenever we're getting ready to do a big thing. Anyway, my point is there's no need to worry. We're a brand new Arven and Mabosstiff, and we're feeling audacious, or maybe herbaceous. Let me give you a taste of what we can do. He's mad. Like, I honestly did not think I would like Arven. The first thing he told us to do was, like, buzz off, right? Like, he was really rude. Pokemon that I met during our hunt for the Herba Mystica are all stars. Every one of them. I don't know what Greedent can do. Do I want to just... I'm gonna, I think, just go for the, pivot into Kilowattrel into something else after we see what maybe it's gonna decide to do. Might not be the smartest idea. Or maybe it was the best idea I've ever had. I'll tell you what. I was thinking about going Skeleturge because, like, oh, ghost type, we should be fine. Kind of glad I didn't. Do I stay in, though? I think, obviously, the best option would probably be just go straight to Great Tusk so we can break it, and I think that's what I'm going to do. Normal types can be kind of scary because they have... Why didn't I Volt Switch? I'm dumb. Why? I wasn't thinking. I was going in the menu to try to figure stuff out. And then I just completely didn't think that I could get that extra damage off. I don't know. Oh, it would have mattered. It would have mattered. Yeah, Psychic Fang. It would have mattered. It's not that upsetting. Unless if we need Donphan to win a different battle. In which case it is upsetting. Giga Impact. No thank you. Toadscruel. He did mention the Pokemon that he used during the Titan battles, I think. Or like used to get to Herba Mystica, which I assume meant the Titan battles. I think he had Toadscruel or Toadstool for one of them. I think he had that for the Donphan fight, which is actually somewhat poetic here. But I'm gonna say might be a good idea for Baxcalibur to come in. I think Toadscruel was for Baxcalibur, because I think the only other time he probably would have used it would have been for the what was the crab called? Barf. I think it's just Barf. Yeah, Baxcalibur. I mean, you're gonna have to tank this. Oh, thank you for waking up. Please don't miss. Okay. I was saying, like, I don't want to switch in, although we could have easily switched into Kilowattrel. Hey! Look, we can learn Crunch! No, thank you. Garganackle, though, was what he used with the claw fight. Which... I'm gonna say... Oh, okay, so this is gonna be the problem. One, I think you're mainly physically defensive. Maybe Kilowattrel into a water-type move would be my best bet here. I don't really have any special attackers. That being said, I don't really want to switch to Kilowattrel because you are going to have rock moves, which will be super effective on Baxcalibur. Maybe switch in Tinkaton. I could always go Grafaiai. I'm gonna go Grafaiai. Took a minute for the game to think. This might be a mistake if you just go straight for like an Earthquake though. But that's also why I didn't want to use Tinkaton. Body Barrage. Okay. Not as bad as I thought it would be. Definitely would hurt like a truck though, because you are again very defensive. Hey, let's go. That's kind of why I wanted to go Grafaiai too, because I wanted to bait out an Earth move. But I also realized that in hindsight, a ground move, not Earth move, but I realized in hindsight that he might have still decided to go for that. Because I'm sure it could have killed Baxcalibur no matter what. Now my hope here is that you went for a rock move to hit me with. I really was hoping that would kill. Good. Predict it. Didn't really work as effectively as I would have wanted. Probably best if I just go Terra Blast, and then imagine if this can learn like Excel Rock. Terra Blast, and then we'll Volt Switch afterwards. Mainly so I have a free chance to switch. I'm assuming you won't have another ground type since you had Toedscool. Actually, I know what you would have, right? Well, I should know what you would have. I have to think about it. Obviously, I knew you would have Scovillion. Which I'm wondering if I want to just stay in an Air Slash. What else did you have? You have 3 more. Actually, no, you used, Salt Man was used for the, Bombardier fight. Was Scovillion used for... I don't remember who was used for what, actually. I remembered you were used. I actually don't even remember what was used for... Dondoro. We're gonna Air Slash. I hope Kilowattrel can... You would take neutral damage to fire types, right? I'm gonna Air Slash. Good. I'm glad I didn't try to get fancier. I don't want Kilowattrel to die, but I figured, like, this is probably a great chance. Cloyster. Ooh. Again, I didn't want Kilowattrel to die. Can Cloyster learn Ice Shard? I don't think so. I'm glad I... Well, it doesn't really matter. Again, Kilowattrel has 16 HP. But, I guess I'm glad I have you out, because... Okay. Let's go. Kilowattrel's doing it. You know, Kilowattrel didn't get a chance to shine in the star fight. Alright, well, this is it now, Mabista. I don't know what you are going to want to use on me. I'm gonna say my best bet is to Volt Switch into Tinkaton. What does Mabista really have? Let's celebrate your full recovery with a glow-up. Time to terrasilize, Mabastiff. And then I think worst comes to worst, we can just go Donphan to clear this out. I feel kind of bad for beating up this pupper, though. And his eyes are kind of scary when he's terrasilized. But I'm glad that Arven ended up... Skeledirge is not going to be great because Dark type, but Arven did that thing that I said would be neat for him to do, which was use all of his Pokemon that he had, because I don't think any of them were fully evolved. I wouldn't be surprised if he had fighting type moves. So I think not. Well, I can't terrasilize. I already did that with. Close one. Okay, you only had punch. No options. You know, I mean, just in case, I'm a little scared. Play Rough has 90 accuracy, but Gigaton Hammer has 100. So time to put this pupper in the hospital. Ah, we're gonna need to go get more Herba Mystica now. I'm honestly kind of surprised at how well Kilowattrel did. You know, when it's super effective, it hits good. We were so close, Mabastiff, so close, but Rogue, thanks, little buddy. I still don't like that you call me that. I like you a lot. You're cool, man, but I don't like that you call me little buddy. Dang, this is the strength of someone who could take down those Titan Pokemon, huh? Yeah, much as I hate to admit it, I do think we're gonna need some more support. The Pokemon in Area Zero is super strong, and there are all sorts of weird machines there, too. Oh. I'd say we need at least 2 more people. Somebody with some champion rank level skills, and somebody who can deal with crazy tech. I'm surprised you didn't just outright say someone who can hack tech. That sounds like Penny. Penny, that crazy smart hacker girl who has the big boss behind who was the big boss behind Team Star. I mean, yeah, she'd be perfect for the job, but when did you go making friends with some shady character like her? I mean, you heard she was the leader of Team Star. I'm sure you heard how I was helped with taking them down. But well, we've got to do what we've got to do. Whoever you think could be of help, just try getting in good with them. We'll see if we can't get a team together. Get in touch if you make progress. I'll do the same. So I'm assuming we're going to need both of them. And because this is the end of the path, that we're going to basically converge with everyone. And then we will have the ultimate team to take down the crater. Which I am glad that the crater is something that seems to be just in the game. Because otherwise that seems like a very obnoxious thing to like hide behind DLC. Especially since a lot of stuff talks about the crater. I'm fine with this side being DLC here. But the crater would have been a bit disappointing if it wasn't in the game. But yeah, cool. Good fight. Me and Arven, best of buds. You know who'd really help though? Clive. Like, I know it's gonna be like us with the friends we've made along the way. But yo, Clive's a real buddy. Oh, everyone got healed up. Yeah, besides Skeledirge, which I feel kind of bad about, I don't know, who would have been like a good option for me to switch into Skeledirge though? Everyone had like Earthquake. Like even like probably Scovillion would have been the best bet there. I don't think it would have been able to hit me with anything. But like I said, I kind of was like, oh, well, we'll try air slashing, and that worked out really well. So, and I think it was for the best that Kilowattrel didn't get switched out at all because it was able to deal with most of his Pokemon. The worst thing I did was forget to Volt Switch. Basically, because that gave Greedent the chance to Psycho Fang, but we outsped it, so we would have been able to kill it with the switching. And Baxcalibur got to help. I thought for a second it wouldn't because of Spore. But anyways, this is going to be probably a mistake. But I decided who I wanted to actually use instead of Baxcalibur. And I figured probably the best reason to do this is we have a physical attacker, physical attacker, physical attacker, special attacker, special attacker, physical attacker. So one more special attacker would probably be for the best. And I also noticed we have, like, if we used Baxcalibur, we would have, like, 3 weaknesses to rock. Additionally, weak to ground, and weak to ground. I guess having an ice type would be fine for the ground typing, but we have Ice Spinner on you. And design-wise, I think it's kind of charming. And kind of helps, definitely would help with rock typing. But more, generally, I think just would be decent enough coverage. Now, I don't think what my option is going to be the best, just because it's, seems really gimmicky, and like I wouldn't be able to use the gimmick. But I think Tatsuguri is really cute. I honestly really like it. So we're gonna use Tatsuguri. Now, I think it's not the best Pokemon to use, since its gimmick seems to be based around double battles. But look at it. It's a floppy fish. Probably the best they could have done with a sushi Pokemon. I thought it would say something to me. I mentioned before that I don't like having, like, floating fish in my party because it, like, for the, like, OC role-playing bit inside of me, it's awkward, but this one, you know, flops around on land, so it works fine. I think looking at its stats, too, it's fine. Definitely has a special attack. Has some special defense, which is decent enough. Not a great amount, but it's fine. Give us just a little bit of extra. Because we kind of have a bit of a weakness on that end. But I figured having a water type Pokemon would be good, and dragon typing is still decent. That being said, never actually went into this menu. What can we teach you? Chilling water is weak. Attack. It lowers attack. I don't think that's worth it. Dragon Dance isn't going to be useful because it's a special attacker, so I'm probably going to keep Nasty Plot if I want to use that. I think Surf is better than Muddy Water. Mainly for the accuracy. I don't want an 85 base accuracy move, so we'll teach it Surf. I think the only other option would be Hydro Pump, and that, again, isn't great. We could always Baton Pass Nasty Plot. And we have Draco Meteor now. I was kind of hoping I would be able to find a Tatsuguri that, maybe had a different terrestrialized form. Because as far as I can tell, it has an abysmal move pool. Actually, I looked it up, too. And, like, Icy Wind's the best it can do for an Ice-type move. Which I think I will put on there just to have something. For, like, a little bit of extra coverage. Maybe, I don't know. Like, it really doesn't have options. Counter special moves, inflicts double the damage. I don't think you have enough defense to really take advantage of Mirror Coat. Yeah, we'll teach it Icy Wind. Like, I wish it had... Like, at least, I don't know. Let it learn Ice Beam. I guess there's no real reason to, because you already have Draco Meteor as an option. let's not teach it Draco Meteor quite yet. I don't think I'm gonna want a nasty plot with it, but look at it just flopping around. I also considered too, I could have grabbed the Titan one, but I kind of like having a smaller one. Especially, like, if you compare it to everyone else in the party. Wait a minute, I know I'm getting distracted. Not the right option here. Probably not the best place for a picnic. We were too close to town, I guess. But what I like about it, too, is that, like, compared to everyone else, not counting Koraidon, Koraidon doesn't count. Oh, Koraidon, I didn't want to send you out. You don't count. It's nice to have, like, the one really tiny fella. Also, I like the way it has, like, that kind of, like, half-closed eye. One little tiny fella in this group of massive freaks. Again, I think I mentioned that Tinkaton is large for its size. Obviously, you are a Titan. I'm wondering if it's a... Oh. Big mouth. Big scary mouth. I might have mentioned this before, but I'm wondering if the Titans are big for their species in general, like it's just the size of an extra large one that you can maybe find in the wild, or if it is a special kind of big, like farther beyond the extra large category. Not really sure. Like I said, I'm pretty confident that there was someone that talked about size in some town that I probably could talk to that would say, like, oh, your Pokemon is of this size. But not knowing exactly where they are, don't really feel like looking for them. I wonder, I have a life orb. I wonder if I should teach that to someone. Not teach that, give that to someone. Anyways, that was not as short as I thought it would be. A lot of talking. We still gotta do classes, though. I think I'll do the 3 classes now, because I'm sure the Elite Four is going to take longer than casually just doing one battle, really, and then getting distracted. Also, too, with Tatsugiri, I figured using it in the story is probably my best chance to use it for singles battles. Thank you again for your outstanding work on Operation Starfall. I cannot tell you how relieved I am that we were able to help Miss Penny as we did, and know she is exceedingly grateful to you for your part in all this. What about Clive, though? I have one more thing to ask of you, though the request is admittedly of a delicate nature. You think you could continue being good friends with Miss Penny as you have thus far? Sure, we're best buds! I'm just gonna say you bet. I must say, I truly am glad to have you as one of my students at the Academy. I believe you're more than earned this small token of my appreciation. Big Nugget. Oh, he's got some pulsating going on too. It has to just be lighting issues, right? I hope that you will always stay just as wonderful as you are now, Master Rogue. Where's Clive? Unbreakable bond has been achieved. Alright. Time for classes. I don't really know what classes I want to do. I basically did the ones I wanted to do, like, immediately there. I guess battle class and biology are fun, and then maybe we'll get language out of the way so I don't feel so bad about it. But I want to go talk to Dendra. We gotta make it so she can make good sandwiches. And maybe she'll never have to do the stupid emotional training minigame. Another day, another round of battle and studying. Osu, let's get right to it. You all give everything you had on the midterm exams. Well done. We'll resume our regular classes today, so keep up that energy for the second half of the term. Have you all been using the R button to send out your Pokemon? If you do, your Pokemon will run off in the direction you're facing. Yeah, that's a bit troublesome sometimes. Super useful tactic that lets your Pokemon pick up faraway items for you, and that's not all. There's a wild Pokemon near where you sent your Pokemon, they'll start battling each other. We call those battles auto battles, that's what they were called. Just as the name implies, what is Medicham doing? Your Pokemon will act on its own during auto battles, meaning you won't have to give it any commands. And if your Pokemon wins, it'll get experience points just like it would in regular battle. To make good use of these battles, they can be a really efficient way to train your party. You'll want to remember that Pokemon won't evolve or learn... They won't evolve? Oh. Oh. I did not know that part. Or learn new moves right away if they level up from the auto battle. Also, if a Pokemon loses an auto battle, they'll come back with just a small amount of HP left. Make sure to heal it up right away. Whoops, I just about did the whole class as a one-sided lecture. Does anyone have any questions so far? How do I stop an auto... This is weird. I don't have a question. I can't catch a Pokemon in auto battle. I think that would be a decent feature. And then just call your Pokemon back. No questions. Great, you're all really good at this. I can't wait to see where you go from here. Even during auto battles, our Pokemon are out there battling for us. They're trainers. Keep an eye on them as much as possible. If it looks like they're going to lose, be sure to have them retreat. But you just said they'll do it automatically, so why do I bother? Also, goes without saying, Pokemon with low HP are already worn out. They probably won't enjoy auto battle as much, so don't work them too hard, okay? In conclusion, auto battles only work if a trainer and their Pokemon have a relationship of mutual trust. Be smart with how you use auto battles so you don't lose the trust of your Pokemon. Aw, man, we never get to hands-on train. I'm mad. Oh, look, we have actually two main characters in the... Oh, look, and Penny actually has Leafeon with her. I wonder if she ever showed up with Pokemon before in classes. I know she's been in classes before, but I'm never with their Pokemon, I don't think. Class is over, take care of you little rascals. And then Nimona has Pomo. I feel like that has to be like her default. That's not like the starter that is determined based on what starter you chose, because she always has to terastallize her Pomo to teach you how Pomo works, and then it uses Thunderbolt on your Wooper and you don't learn anything. Probably should have seen if there was any social link to start. But I assume there's only going to be one available for us. Another day, another round of battling study. Osu, let's get right to it. Hope you gave auto battle a shot like we talked about last class. Making good use of auto battles will let you train up a bunch of different Pokemon. It's also an efficient way to gather the Pokemon materials. That seems like the best part of getting the materials to make TMs and TM machines. Speaking of which, have you all been using the TM machines? I sure hope so, because it's a pop quiz time. To create TMs, you need Pokemon materials and one other thing. Anyone remember what it is? LP. Looks like you're already a TM Machine Pro. New kid. Technical Machine Pro. Correct answer is League Points, or LP for short. You can give LP and Pokemon materials to a TM machine to create TMs, but that's not all. You can also exchange Pokemon materials at a TM machine to get LP. Recently heard about some shady individuals getting LP illegally using a technique called hacking or something like that. What would we have been able to get to this dialogue if we didn't do the Team Star mission? Where did Penny go also? Did she bail? I don't want any of you getting involved in bad stuff like that, got it? Anyway, you can also add TMs that you want to make to your watch list, so that you keep an eye on the materials you need to gather. In conclusion, in order to make TMs, you need Pokemon materials. If you want to get hold of the raw materials, you'll have to battle what kind of Pokemon. Oh man, we were going to have hands-on where we made TMs. I'm sure it was just that she was out of frame and they didn't, like, load in her model, but I would love it if, like, Penny, like, completely ran out of the classroom as soon as the whole, like, illegal LP thing was brought up. She's like, I need to get out of here. I left that life behind me. Don't be mad. I heard that with the auto battles, you don't get EVs. Oh, look, Mabistiff! Oh, I wonder if Arven would have shown up to this class and, like, had the squirrel or something. Oh, so this is our last class, but don't let those energy levels drop before we wrap things up. I never really, like, paid attention to them when they were in these classes, so I didn't, like, realize that they were their Pokemon. Which also, I have my Pokemon with me. I think I have Tatsugiri with me because he was out front. You've shown that you have more than enough knowledge to be super strong battlers. How did I not notice this before? I don't know that I have much left to teach you. We can always aim for ever greater heights. So today I'm going to teach you about the rules of link battles. When the trainer participates, I kind of wish I had a bigger Pokemon with me, because everyone else here has, like, babies. When two trainers participate in link battles together, they can engage in either single battles or double battles with each other. Dendra, I've heard there's things called triple battles and rotation battles. No, Rogue. Those aren't real. If you're playing in groups of 4, you can all battle each other in multi-battles. Now, when you're out having battles during your independent studies, you can use whatever number of Pokemon you like. They can be any level. But in link battles, there are special rules to keep in mind. Some of these special rules involve adjusting Pokemon's levels. Now, the no restriction rules set lets all Pokemon stay at their current level. It lets trainers use multiple I can talk. Multiple Pokemon of the same species and multiple of the same held items too. But if you choose to use normal rules, all Pokemon will be set to level 50 for your battle, regardless of what level they actually are. This even includes lower level Pokemon. They'll get a power boost to participate. Normal rules let us use multiple of the same Pokemon species and of the same held items too. The great part about this rule set is that it lets any of your Pokemon participate. All they have to do is learn some good moves. Lastly, the rule set called Flat Rules mostly affects Pokemon over level 50. Such Pokemon will be set to level 50 for the duration of the battle. Flat Rule set is the one often used for official tournaments. Is that like no repeat Pokemon and no repeat items then? Does not allow trainers to use multiple Pokemon of the same species or multiple of the same held item. Alright, here's a question for you. Which rule set should you pick if you want to use a lower level Pokemon and keep it level normal? Low, normal rule. Wait, keep its level low? Flat rule was... normal was... like force you to 50, right? Flat rule didn't. Okay. I almost got confused by that question. That's the one, new kid. I'm not new. Looks like you were listening to the lesson. You got some clever strategy that you need to use a level 5. Have you heard of fear before? Your best bet is to choose a flat rules rule set. First, you can also choose no restrictions if you want to battle with any Pokemon you want at any level and with any held item. Pretty good rule set for when you want to battle freely with friends. In conclusion, normal rules, flat rules. Hope you'll use these tips to have some exciting battles with your friends. Aw man, hands-on training. Next class will be our finals. Aim for a perfect score, Osu Osu. It seems kind of weird that they would, like, encourage battling with low-level strategies. I guess if they just have Endeavor being a thing. What was Fear, actually? I don't remember what the acronym stood for entirely. Was it actually? I'm pretty sure it was Fear. Well, there's also like Sturdy or Focus Sash into Endeavor and Quick Attack. I know Auron was good at doing it. I think Rattata can do it. level 1. I mean, is the F focus? I don't... Give me a minute. I need to relearn something. I'm pretty sure it was called Fear. Okay, listen. Like, I get it. It's called Fear because it's scary. But when the A stands for quick, in parentheses, attack, you can't blame me for being a bit uncertain of why it was called that. The R is just Rattata, because I guess Rattata was the first one to really get that strategy going. Oh, Pikachu can learn it too. Mankey can do it. Poliwrath, Doduo. I mean, a lot of Pokemon can do it. Apparently, the Aqua Bead of Tauros can do it. Let's go. Okay, I'm gonna stop looking at that. But like, that's the only strategy I can think of that you would want a low-level Pokemon for. So, it seems like a weird encouragement. I could see them maybe saying that Endeavor is fine. But I don't know. Let's do biology. Quick attack, come on. They really wanted an acronym. So hello, I hope everyone's ready to learn some new things today. You all did really great on your midterm exams. Except Rogue, you got a question wrong. Thanks for answering my little question at the end, too. I'll be sure to keep your responses in mind. He's just crying. I remember his last question was like, do you like my Pokedex app? And I said, not really. Alright, we're now heading into the last half of our class together. It's time for your knowledge to evolve and grow, just like our Pokemon. Evolution, yep, haha, evolution. Yeah, that's what Pokemon do. Let's go. Today we're going to learn about the fascinating phenomenon of Pokemon evolution. As your Pokemon battle and level up, they learn moves and get stronger. And for some Pokemon, once they're leveled up enough, their appearance changes and their stats increase, sometimes by a lot. That's Pokemon evolution. Pokemon become very strong when they evolve, making them trusty partners in battle. But some people prefer to keep their Pokemon in their adorable pre-evolved states. Everstone. You want it? The question is going to be Everstone. To do this, you just need to remember a certain button. Oh, the B button. When your Pokemon begins to evolve. Say it with me if you already know. To cancel evolution, press the evolution C button. That's right, everyone. B for best answer. Button you want when you need to stop a Pokemon from evolving is a B button. He's going to bring up the Everstone, though. Press this button soon after Pokemon begins to evolve. You can stop it from changing. You can also let a Pokemon hold an item known as the Everstone. Wow, crazy. Keep it from evolving. Keep in mind that the requirements for evolution differs from Pokemon to Pokemon. Some may evolve by having a certain item, such as a Firestone or Thunderstone, used on them. Others may have to learn specific moves or defeat a specific Pokemon in battle to evolve. The way Primeape evolves into Annihilate is especially strange. Oh, see that there's a certain move that... Oh, they could have at least told you, like, outright. I would have, like, accepted that. Whoops, sorry, looks like we're out of time. I guess we'll have to end the class here today. Thank you all for your attention. I would say, like, if you know Pokemon, you could probably put 2 and 2 together that, like, oh, Rage Fist is a new move. That's going to be the one that does that. But if you don't know Pokemon and you're like, oh, let me use Primeape because Annihilate sounds cool, you're not going to know that Rage Fist is the special move. Not only that, he didn't really give you enough of a clue that you need to do it 20 times. So I'm still a little bit mad. You're not going to find the books you left here. There's books everywhere. Are you here for any reason or just still hanging out? Still investigating? Okay. You're not really... You don't look like you're investigating. You're kind of just staring off into space, but whatever. I'm just going to do all the classes before we go talk to the other teachers. Probably best we just do all that in one fell swoop. Hello, hello. Hope everyone's ready to learn. But before we get going, final question from the midterms. Director Clavel found out about it somehow and I got yelled at. Whoops. Look at his sad face. He's pouting. Oh, wait, no. The way, maybe he's still pouting. Apparently he could tell I was hiding something just by looking at me. Okay, he was pouting. The way his chin, that was funny. Must have noticed all the color flushed right out of my face, haha. I wasn't sure if that was because he was pouting or if that's just how his face always looked and I never noticed. Speaking of colors, today I'll be teaching you all about colors as they pertain to Pokemon, like shinies. Some Pokemon have slightly different coloration or patterns on their bodies based on their gender or individual differences. In very rare cases, Pokemon may have wildly different coloration compared to others of the same species. We call these specimens shiny Pokemon. I don't know the actual, rate. It's quite rare to cross paths with one, isn't it like 1 in 4,000? Does anyone here know what the likelihood of finding a shiny Pokemon is? Well, I mean, that's what I just said, so I'm gonna say that's the option, and that's definitely too high. 1 in 40. Wow, that's right, you may have the makings of a Pokemon Professor, Rogue. Shiny Pokemon appear at a rate of 1 in 4,000, isn't that amazing? The probability of encountering one in the wild is the same as hatching one from an egg, too. Eggs from a pair of Pokemon raised around different languages are a special case. What's the method called, Jack? There's a higher than average chance that a shiny Pokemon will hatch from these eggs, but we haven't been able to figure out why that is just yet. It's in the code, Jack, that's why. Jacques, I guess more so than Jack. I don't know why I'm calling him Jack. I've also heard rumors of a charm that you say rumors, you're gonna be the one that gives me the charm. That increases your likelihood of finding the shiny Pokemon when you have it in your bag. Can you believe that? This claim can't be scientifically verified, but it sure would be fun if it were true. Whoops, there's the bell. That's all for today. Thanks for paying attention. I think, the thing with shinies is that I've heard people always bring up, wow, shiny hunting sure is crazy if you go full odds because it's 1 in 4,000. So that's why, I retained that information compared to, the crit chance, because, you don't expect that 4%. You don't really work around that. Even if, boosting it does give you a bigger increase. Hello, I hope everyone's ready to learn some things today. Next time we meet, we'll have our final exam. That means today is our last actual class. And the topic for this last class will be Pokemon forms. You can just think of forms as the shapes or appearances of that Pokemon have. There's also a phenomenon called a form change, where Pokemon's appearance changes under certain conditions. Cyclizar, for example, which we regularly ride on as transportation here in Paldea, has 3 forms. That's it. First is its basic form, where it walks on 4 legs. Second is its battle form, where it stands on its hind legs to engage in battle. Finally, there's its ride form, where it inflates its throat sac and its tail so we can ride on its back. I don't think that really counts, but okay. So we can use something you're all carrying with you now as an even better example. Rotom! Yep, I'm talking about your phone. Some smartphones are inhabited by a certain Pokemon. Does anyone know the Pokemon I'm referring to? Pikachu! You're a regular expert on Pokemon and technology, aren't you, Rogue? Will you tell me where I can find appliances? Pokemon inside your smartphone. Actually, I feel like I might have found them before and I just completely forgot. They're in the school, aren't they? Pokemon inside your smartphone is Rotom, and it does all sorts of things to help you out. Rotom inside a Rotom phone is special, so it doesn't try to enter other electronics. Okay. An ordinary Rotom, however, can change form by entering washing machines, microwave ovens, and other electronic appliances. Rotom is a bit of an exception, though. Many Pokemon that change forms do so simply by holding an item or by having one used on them. Koraidon, for example, has 4 different forms it can change between when given certain nectars. Pokemon may even change types or learn different moves when they change forms. Form changes are different from evolution in that the Pokemon can return to its original form, and unlike shiny Pokemon, which can't change their special coloration, the same individual Pokemon can go back and forth between its forms. There's a lot to dig into with this form change phenomenon, as you can see. You can all learn something from Pokemon here, don't you think? Bit of a stretch, but I'd be happy to see you all enjoy your time at the Academy to the fullest and change form into a new version of yourself. That sounds more like evolution. Or something like that anyways. Oh! I almost forgot. Regional forms, which were based on what region a Pokemon came from, don't change like other forms. They're innate. Drats. Whoops. There's the bell. Guess I was scatterbrained, Mr. Jacques, right up to the very end, huh? Had a great time teaching all of you. I hope you do your best on the final exams. Also, can you tell me more about how you feel about the Pokedex? Please. It's where I actually make most of my money. They don't pay me well as a teacher. You have to understand. Oops, that's not what I want to do. I want to get a Moonstone. Not enough for a Timer Ball. I love just sneaking up to the person here. You know what? Let's just do math. Let's just get math out of the way. So many classes, so much math. What else can you teach me math-wise? Hello everyone, well done on the midterm exam. Some of you earned perfect scores and others seem to have a bit of trouble, but I can tell that you all tried your best. I'm quite pleased to say that every last one of you passed. I can only assume that this means you have all come to love numbers. No. Stay sharp and try your best for the rest of my classes too. Speaking of staying sharp, do you know how the word applies to Pokemon battles? That's right, it has to do with stat boosts. Pokemon stats can rise and fall throughout the course of battle, correct? For example, if a Pokemon uses the move Work Up, its attack and special attack stats will rise by 1 stage each. As you all know, each time a Pokemon's attack or special rises, move effects by its stats will deal 50% more damage. That same Pokemon from our previous example were to use Work Up, again, both its attack and special attacks will rise up by 2 stages. 100% increase. Twice as strong! Swords Dance, on the other hand, boosts attack by 2 stages at once, allowing the Pokemon to deal double damage after just a single use. Using Swords Dance twice would boost the Pokemon's attack stats by 4 stages. Quadruple, triple damage! It would be triple damage, right? I can math. I wasn't hesitating because I wasn't positive. Wow, that's great. You answered this difficult question with ease, Rogue. Yep, that was ease. Each stage that Pokemon's attack stats raises increases damage by 50%. The being raised 4 stages would result in a 4 times 50. Base damage on a move is 100%, so adding 20% to that gives it 30. Next move the Pokemon uses will deal triple damage. Type matchups, critical hit damage, and other factors all play into these calculations as well, so even a small boost must be taken seriously. By the way, if a stat simply rose, that means it has gone up by 1 stage. If it rose sharply, that's 2 stages. Drastically, that's 3 stages. Just so you know, the X attack and the who cares can be used in battle, can use to sharply boost those respective stats. That's cheating, don't do those. Oh my, is that the bell? I suppose that's all for now. What a shame. It's not cheating. Today's lesson was a little difficult, so be sure to review what you learned in order to stay sharp. I'll see you all again next class, you rascals. So actually, I guess I never really thought about how much stat increases work. Does that work the same way for defense boosting and speed? Because in hindsight, yeah, 50% of your base is pretty strong. And obviously, Swords Dance is the better option because of the double, so doubling immediately is very good. So yeah, Nasty Plot is nice on my little fish fella. Hello everyone, let's have fun. Did you make sure to review the last class's materials in order to stay sharp? No, it was a little difficult with all the talk and multiplication and percentages and the likes, but today we'll be talking about percentages again to learn about probability. Oh god. It may sound like we're going to have another difficult class, but did you know that all of you already deal with probability on a regular basis? Pokemon moves generally have a property called accuracy, which determines the probability that they will hit. Accuracy of tackle is 100 or 100%, so if you were to use tackle 100 times, you could expect it to hit all 100 times. The move Hypnosis, which puts opponents to sleep, has an accuracy of 60 or 60%. Means you could expect to hit 60 times in 100 uses, but in another way, out of 100 uses, you could expect to miss 40 times. Or, you know, if it's me, it feels like forever. Always misses. Many of the truly powerful moves often tend to have lower accuracies, so when you're decided whether to go slow or steady with moves that are sure to hit, or hard and fast with stronger but less accurate moves, you're already studying probability. Let me see here. Perhaps Surf and Hydro Pump would be good examples for this discussion. I don't know the accuracy of Hydro Pump. Surf has a power of 90, its accuracy is 100, meaning you can... am I going to have to math out, like, 100 hits? Meaning you can expect it to hit every time. Hydro Pump's accuracy is only 80, but when it hits, its power is 110. So between Surf and Hydro Pump, which moves would you want to use yourself? I'd use Surf, but, like... I don't think this is actually a math question. I would rather... Because Surf is... I'm going to just say Surf. Yeah, okay. I don't think it was, like, actually, like, I'm going to have a correct answer. Oh my, I see Slow and Steady wins the race for you, Rogue. I may have made it sound like there was a correct answer here, but there's no... okay. You're free to use any moves you wish. I mean, you could totally try to, like, math out with the examples you had of, like, using it 100 times. Factors like PP or numbers of targets hit may make some moves more suited to certain situations. Yeah, that's also a thing. Hydro Pump has like 5 PP. However, trading accuracy for power or vice versa is purely a matter of preference. This Surf versus Hydro Pump debate has been ongoing for quite some time. I don't think it really has. Personally, I'm more invested in debating the Rock-type moves, Rock Slide. So you were a Rock-type person. I could tell from the hair. Rock Slide and Stone Edge. Let me tell you, I could get really worked up talking about those moves, but... Now, see, the thing with that, though, is Stone Edge is definitely the better option. Oh my, there's a bell, what a shame. Next class will be the last of our time together, so show up 100%, ready to go. I thought she was saying that was the finals. I'm pretty sure we had one more class. I think, too, it just is the... I think, like, one deciding factor, too, is just, you know, what's the actual alternative. I think, like, Rock Slide has, like, 75 base power. I think... What's Stone Edge's base power? Whatever. Good morning, Rogue. What class would you like? Math. Yep. Like, 90 is decent base power for Surf, so 100% accuracy at 90 is good. Which is why we would maybe want to use that instead. Hello everyone, I hope we can have fun once again today for our last class together. Last time we learned about probability using some accuracy as an example. Probability is quite an interesting subject. Did you know that in a class with 40 students, there is a 90% chance that 2 of them will have the same birthday? What? This is true even despite the fact that there are over 300 days each year. Isn't that remarkable? But no, can you go back to that? I would like to learn the logic of that. Well, let's move on to today's topic before we get swept along with probability again. I've been teaching you all how to calculate damage in this class using examples like type matchups, critical hits, stat boosts, and the likes. All of these variables are multiplied together to calculate damage dealt to an opponent. God, if we're going to do like long algebra, I'm going to just shut down. However, did you know that there's an even simpler way to increase the damage of your Pokemon's moves? All you have to do is have your Pokemon use a move it shares a type with. Yo, are they going to actually use Stab? If a Rock-type Pokemon uses a Rock-type move Stone Edge, the move's base power of 100 is multiplied by 1.5 to become 150. Ground and Rock may seem like similar types, but if a Ground-type Pokemon uses Stone Edge, its move power will remain 100. Super effective moves and critical hits also add multipliers onto this little numerical increase. I thought Stab was a little lower than 50. That's crazy. So it most certainly must not be taken lightly. Let me ask you a question to see if you understand what I'm talking about here. Say you have a move with a power of 100. If a Pokemon that shares a type with this move uses it and hits an opponent that is weak to that type, what happens to that move's power? Okay, it doesn't... I thought the weakness gets doubled, right? So, okay. Yeah, no, so I think Stab gets I guess based on the way this looks, it's that Stab gets calculated first, and then you get the super effective. You did that calculation all in your head? Well done, Rogue! First thing is a move that shares a type with its user multiplies the move's base power of 100 by 1.5, making the power 150. The fact that the opponent is weak to the move's type then doubles that power from 150 to 300. The original, I guess it would have worked either way. Technically, because you would have doubled it to 200 and then you would instead get the half of that. The original power of the move ends up being triple. Isn't that amazing? What's more, if a Pokemon terrestrializes and its Terra type matches one of its original types, then the bonus it gets for using a move of that same type increases from 1.50 to 2. 1.5 to 2, numbers. Of course, being able to use a lot of moves with different types is great as well. That's one way you can surprise your opponent. In the end, your own innate characteristics are what will really let you shine the most. Bear in mind that it is true for both humans and Pokemon. We all live in a Pokemon world. It sure would make me happy if you could take those words to heart. But I suppose I should really have shared this basic advice right from our first lesson. My apologies. Just like that, class is over. Last of our time together flew by at the blink of an eye. It's so much fun to be able to teach all you eager students about numbers. Next class will be our fun final exam. Be sure to review the materials well in preparation. That actually wasn't bad as a class. I did appreciate learning the exact numbers of these things. Because I wasn't aware of it, like, fully. Like, you know, I knew the gist. Nurse's office. Oh, my two favorite teachers are here? Now if only Home Ec was here, too. Oh, together? No way, no way, no way! Come on, Miriam, just try it. Miss Dendra. Oh, great timing, new kid. Nurse Miriam here won't try the sandwich I made. Oh. Well, duh, I don't want to get a stomachache. You won't, probably. I still remember that sandwich you made me with meat filling and meat for bread. Okay. That one really messed me up bad. I hadn't trained in the art of sandwich making yet back then. I was young and thoughtless and... Young and thoughtless? It was last month! So, as you can see, I'm not getting anywhere trying to persuade her. Even after I went through the intensive sandwich making training, it kind of makes me sad. She went through intensive sandwich making training? She worked really hard at it. Ugh. Guess I have no choice if you've got one of our cute little students on your side. Ah, she thinks I'm cute. So fine, I'll try your sandwich. Let's see it. Yes, I knew you'd come around. Here it is. Munch, munch, munch. It's a little strongly flavored, but I guess it's not bad. Your hair's flipping out again. Woohoo, my training's paid off. So glad my sandwich pleases the great Nurse Miriam. I look up to you, you know. You feel trusted by Miss Dendra. Thank you for trying it, and thanks to you too, new kid. I'm not new. I'm not new. And she's run off again. That was weird. That's just how Miss Dendra is, I guess. She's always coming into the nurse's office with some injury or another, too. Okay, thank you for that little last bit there. Actually, wait. Where is Miriam? Did she leave just because of the scene being over? Do we have like 2 people in the cafeteria? I guess I forgot Jacques doesn't have any social link stuff besides just doing the Pokédex entry. Rogue, you scared me. Were you cooking something? Oh no, I'm not here for anything food related at all. I was just walking around the entrance hall. I felt that intense gaze I told you about before. So I quickly ducked into the cafeteria here. Our cafeteria has only one entrance, so I thought I might be able to discover the identity of the person watching me if they followed me in here. Ah, someone's coming just now. They could also just be here to eat. Oh, that's weird. I thought I saw her come in here. Guess I won't be able to ask my question today either. That girl, I feel like I've seen her several times before. She seems to be a student here. Does she? Does anyone here not seem to be a student here? But I get the feeling that her question is not about her studies. Next time I see her, maybe I'll go start up a conversation myself. Maybe she just wants like an autograph from your sister. It had been a little scary being here on my own. I'm glad you were here with me. I feel trusted. Alright. I might train up Tatsugiri just to get it to like 57. Maybe get Donphan up there too. And then we'll do the league battles. Which I think is going to be a bit longer than just talking to Arven.